Hey guys, Sean of Manhattan Vapors. Got a little, not so much a review for you, just an overall kind of video for all you guys that are looking to get into mechanical mods, things like that, using your dripping atomizers, your RDAs. A little bit on safety. I had an incident earlier today, or excuse me, over the weekend. I think it was Saturday. And I just want to shed some light on this. I know everybody's probably sick of hearing about safety videos, but at the end of the day, I mean, we all want to enjoy this and we all want to be safe. And so I just feel that, I had an issue and I'd like everybody else to know about it too, regardless of how redundant it seems. So I'll jump right into it. We were doing some coil builds, doing some ultra low ohm stuff, and we had an issue. Now I'm a huge battery person. I read up as much as possible, and right now I've been using MNKEs for a long time, and the 20 amp rating. I do have some Sonys around, but I like the MNKEs just for it has a nice low voltage drop, and so at the end of the day, a lot of it, know your battery, know your amp limits, especially on low ohm builds. I was kind of flirting with the edge of the amp limit there in the battery, and it was I think it was a 0.21 build, and we were looking to test some voltage drops on the we have the Helios atomizer here, and everything was going good for a while. Fully charged battery. We were putting out around 3.86 volts under load. I use an inline voltage tester, and I noticed at probably about the fifth pulse, we let it burn, let it rest, let it burn, let it rest. Just for safety reasons. It's especially with a low ohm build like that. Your amperage is really pushing up there. Actually, if I go on the Ohm's law calculator, I'll give you a direct kind of number on there. Let's see here. These are just handy little apps. I'm using this one. It's available on Android, just Ohm's Law Calculator. There's a bunch of other ones out there, but I like this one. It's super easy. So I was running 3.86 volts, so I will put that in there, 3.86, with a resistance of 0.21. Yeah, 0.21. And that's putting out 70.95 watts and 18.38 amps. So it's pretty up there. And like I said, the batteries are rated for 20 amps. So a lot of power, a lot of amps going through. And I noticed right off the bat, the mod itself wasn't heating up. I wasn't feeling anything in the tube. The atomizer obviously was warming up. But I noticed that my inline tester here started to heat up. And I instantly shut it down. And when I turn it around, I don't know how well you guys can see that with the light, but it is burnt, and the wires inside are actually melted. I'm not going to sit here and say that it was the build or the device or even just this unit here being faulty, but it was a scary moment. Because instantly this started filling up with smoke, obviously from the melting wires. And at that point in time, I felt the mod get hot. And instantly, obviously, disconnect, pull the battery out of the tube, took it outside, put it in a shaded spot, let it sit. Had that thing vented or broken loose, it could have just been a bad situation for everybody. So at the end of the day, for all you guys doing, sub-ohm builds, research your battery limits. Make sure you know the limits of your batteries. I can't stress it enough. I've seen a bunch of guys doing, super low ohm builds on a 10 amp battery, and it's just not the safest thing to do. At the end of the day, is it going to vent? Is it going to burst per se? Who knows? The more you push it, the more likely it is. But I mean, we can only be as safe as we are. So for all you guys out there, going after clouds, things like that, be mindful of the equipment that you have. Purchase the best that you can. If you can't get it above your means, then you might have to wait a little bit. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're taking, huge capacity batteries and we're putting them right by our face. And these things are just pipe bombs. So just be careful. You know, yes, subboming is fun. Cloud chasing is fun. I enjoy it myself. You know, I do it for keeping me off of the analogs. I'm last week was the first week without smoker's cough for me, and I am very, very happy about that. And I give it all to vaping. You know, I'm even down to about 6 milligrams nicotine, to even sometimes 0 milligrams on some of the liquids that I use. And I feel better. But I'm out here trying to have a good time with it and enjoy myself and test my own capabilities as well. You know, right now I'm just, you know, I've got a .34 dual coil micro coil in there on the 6 wrap on 28 gauge Kanthal right now with a Dragon Wick, and I mean, this it cooks, you know, and you think about that. So at the end of the day, be safe, buy the equipment that you need, get an ohm box. This is just a standard, you know, Oracle box. I think it was like $14.99 on most of the stores. I do believe Smoke Tech just came out with one as well. Pick one of these up, or get yourself a multimeter. Know your equipment. You know, I love these inline meters. I really do. It shows me a lot, you know, as far as battery discharge, things like that, because, you know, you can't calculate until you really know, because even though the battery says 3.7 volts, as you know, I found different batteries put out different voltages under load. MKEs being some of the highest that I've seen in the 3.8, the high 3.8 range. You know, so when you're getting up with that low resistance, it really does make a difference. So get the equipment necessary. Just don't go out and build a 5-wrap micro coil and then throw it on your build and just start vaping. It could be very, very dangerous. You know, we're all in here to have a good time with it, to keep us off, you know, big tobacco. So be safe, everybody. Enjoy it. Have a little fun. You know, if that's what you're into, that's great. Go for it. I love it too. But at the end of the day, safety is key, and we all want to live to vape the next day injury-free. That's the goal out here. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, you know, with my little incident that I had, whether it was part of the build, things like that. Who knows, you know, different equipment, but know your stuff, know your products, research it, just be safe out there and enjoy it. That's what we're all here for. So I just wanted to throw that one out there for you guys. Appreciate it, and we'll have a bunch of more stuff coming for you guys here shortly. So at the end of the day, vape on, guys.